Mundroina, one of the mentors of Prayaana, and today I'm going to talk to you about a very important core competency. But before I start on what is the topic for today, I'm just going to tell you that you are in the right place, and I'm sure you're feeling very confident so far that you have followed the competencies. You have now got an edge over others in your career development. Do you agree or not? I'm sure you do. So let us look at one of the most important qualities that you will need along with the other core competencies. I hope you have looked at networking, you've looked at communication skills, you've looked at interpersonal skills, etc. But today I'm going to talk to you about one of the core competencies that is very, very, very important. Can you guess what it is? I can give you a clue. It's about your image. And it's not only just your image as your physical self, but it is also the image you portray about your inner self. There you have it. Today I'm going to talk to you about professional etiquette and grooming. Are you all excited? So let us look at etiquette. Let us first start about professional etiquette. What do you understand by etiquette? Etiquette is, as defined by the dictionary, good and polite manners, the way you conduct yourself, the way you behave with others, and all these things that will make you a popular person. To make it easier for you, I'm going to tell you about etiquettes in 4 different categories. General etiquette, conducting yourself, socializing, and presenting yourselves. We will now look at in detail what these 4 categories are all about. So now that you know what etiquette is defined as, do you think etiquette is only in private or intimate surroundings or in public and professional areas? I would say it is more relevant in public and professional areas. So we are now going to talk about professional etiquette in 4 different categories or 4 different areas. As I enumerated earlier on, it was general, it was conducting yourself, it was socializing, and it was presenting yourself, which is going to be one of the most interesting topics of etiquette. Starting with general etiquette. What do we mean by general etiquette? General etiquette is being polite, being punctual, being kind and gracious, being sensitive to others, being mindful about others, respecting others, and so many things that can fall under the general category. Category number 2, conducting yourself. What do we mean by conducting yourself? It is how you behave with others. Number 1 would be while you're being introduced to someone or while you are introducing someone. What do you do and what you do not do? Remember this. Conducting oneself also includes your conversations and communication techniques. What should you say to someone? What should you not say to someone? What should you ask someone? What you shouldn't ask someone? Are you going to ask about their private lives in the first meeting? No, absolutely no. And remember, in communication and conversation techniques, there are 5 golden words. Let me tell you what those 5 golden words are. Number 1, greeting a person, either saying hello or hi or good morning or good afternoon. saying please, saying thank you, saying sorry, and saying excuse me. 5 golden words. I will guarantee you these 5 words, if you can use them in your everyday conversation, you are going to be very popular. The next piece of information about conducting yourself is about always being pleasant. Always have a smile. You know, people pay money to go and see Mona Lisa smile. But I'm sure many of you have a much beautiful smile. Make eye contact, but don't stare. That is rude. And the final piece of conducting yourself is how you speak to people. Don't have a temper. Don't fret. Don't sulk. And never be argumentative. Believe me, all these points are very important the way you conduct yourself. So now let's look at category number 3 of professional etiquette. Socializing. Isn't that interesting? You'd like to socialize, don't you? We all like to. I like to. But the 2 areas of socializing which I want you to think about when you are in a career or in a working environment is, number 1, when you are on your coffee break or lunch break or washroom break, and the situation number 2, when you are at social events or office parties. Let us look at what etiquettes you need to follow when you are on your coffee break or lunch break or washroom break. Please, do not gossip. Do not spread rumors, and do not share any confidential information about your co-workers or colleagues. You know, when you are on your break, you get a specific time slot. Please pay respect to that time slot. If you are given a 15-minute break, make sure you finish it in those 15 minutes. Whatever you want to do, you must finish in those 15 minutes because somebody else has to come for their break as well. And if you are going to use your office facilities, if you're going to use maybe the table and chairs, if you're going to use a washroom, if you're going to use any other facility in the staff room or in the employees' cafeteria, etc., make sure you leave them clean and tidy so that the other person can reuse it too. And coming now to social events and office parties. We all love to attend these parties because it is where you can network, you can make friends, you can make friends for life maybe, I don't know. But it always involves your co-workers, your colleagues, and even sometimes your clients. Especially I'm talking about people who are in sales and marketing. Or if you are an entrepreneur, you will be meeting a lot of clients. When you are in such situations, there are 4 cardinal rules. Number 1, do not get too personal, do not get too intimate. Number 2, observe personal space rules. You can look it up, and there is a specific personal space between friends, between clients, between customers. You must maintain that distance. Number 3, dress appropriately. Number 4, eat or drink in moderation. You don't want to make a fool of yourself. And finally, do not speak ill about your workers, your colleagues, your boss, or even your clients, whether they are from your previous workspace or whether they are from your current workspace. How would you like it if somebody gossiped about you? How would you like it if somebody spoke ill about you? You wouldn't, would you? So always lead by example. And the final category of etiquette is presenting yourselves. What do we mean by presenting yourselves? It is actually the way you dress, the way you are groomed, the way your body language says things about you, the way you gesture, your poise, your posture. All these are how you present yourself. Let me ask you something. Have you heard of the equation 55, 38, 7? Do you know what this stands for? 55 plus 38 plus 7. Do the math, it's 100%. And do you know what it means? It is about your image. It is about who you are. And I'm sure every single one of you knows your image is what contributes to making a first impression, which will take us to what grooming is all about. More about grooming a little later, because I do want to finish off the professional etiquette in 3 other important categories, which are as an employee or as an entrepreneur, the things you will need to really take care of. One is telephone etiquette, one is email etiquette, and one is meeting etiquette. So let's see what these etiquettes are in detail. Telephone etiquette. Have you ever had an experience where you have telephoned a company and the person picks up the phone and says, "Hello, how do you feel?" Is that the way a corporate person answers the phone? Not really. I will demonstrate to you how you answer a telephone. But let me first enumerate the 5 steps that you do need to observe while answering a telephone call. Number 1, greet. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Number 2, identify the organization or department. Number 3, introduce yourself, say your name. Number 4, ask how you can help. And at the end of the conversation, which is number 5, say thank you. So, a typical phone call could start like this. Good morning, you're through to Fortune Factory. My name is Jessica. How can I help you today? Thank you for calling Fortune Factory. How does that sound? Would you like to speak to us again? Yes, you would. Only to hear that person's voice, right? So this is how you maintain telephone etiquette. The other points of telephone etiquette are, when you take a message, make sure the message is clear. Repeat it if necessary. Alright? And always keep your voice soft but audible. The other person doesn't have to say, "Excuse me, can you please speak a bit louder?" No. Be soft but be audible. Don't shout either on the telephone because the other person is not deaf. And remember, you need to be pleasant, because if you feel pleasant, your voice comes out as a pleasant person. And always remember, be professional. Just ask or respond to the point. Do not talk something else that is not required of you. Email etiquette. I cannot tell you how many emails I have received which are completely and utter rubbish. Why? Number 1, you never say anything in the subject. If the subject is blank in an email, I'm just going to press the delete button and out it goes. So remember, when you send an email, always write a subject, and it should not be more than 3 or 4 words. address the email. If you don't know the person's name, you can just say dear sir or dear madam. Always sign your email. Thank you and regards, Jessica. The content between addressing a person and thanking the person, it must not contain slang words, it must not contain jargons, and it must have complete words. You are not texting anybody, you're not on WhatsApp with anybody. This is a professional email that you're sending. So that is the email etiquette. And the final email etiquette, respond as soon as possible. If not immediately, at least within 3 hours of receiving the email. At least acknowledge the email. Say something like, I'm sorry, I'm in a meeting right now, or I'm not able to respond to this email clearly, but I will respond to you as soon as possible. At least the sender knows that you have received the email. They have taken the time out to send you the email, so respect that. And the final point to remember, when you receive a group email, please reply only to the sender, not the entire group of 40 people. How stupid is that, right? So remember this. This is email etiquette. And the final one, meeting etiquette. Meetings, yeah? You don't walk into a meeting 15 minutes after it has begun, and not even apologize. A meeting is supposed to start on time, and you need to be there on time every time. It's as simple as that. When you come for a meeting, be prepared. Give your opinions when asked for. If you want to disagree, if you want to raise any objections, be polite and be willing to listen to the other person. If you are going to lead the meeting, come prepared. Be there before the entire members arrive. Have your facts, have your figures, have your questions and answers. Make sure everything in the room is working. What kind of a meeting is this when you come to the room and the projector is not working, the laptop is combed off, there is no charge in your laptop? Very unprofessional. All these do contribute to professional etiquette. Right, now you're going to think, oh my God, so many things to do. Don't be daunted. I'm sure many of you are aware of most of these things. And I'm sure some of you even do all these things by default because it's a habit that you have cultivated. My session on professional etiquette is like a brush up. Or I'm sharing some more knowledge which you may not be aware of, and therefore you can implement it in your career development so you can be a popular co-worker or an entrepreneur or a boss with whom a lot of people want to work. Okay, now the most important etiquette, grooming. What is grooming? It is actually, it's your image. I am a certified image consultant. It took me 1 year to be certified as an image consultant. And one of the important factors of image is the way you dress and the way you groom yourself. I'm sure all of you are thinking, oh my God, now she's going to say, go to this shop and get makeup stuff. Go to this designer shop and get designer clothes. No, nothing. You don't have to do any of those things. All I'm going to tell you is whoever you are, however you are, present yourselves so that the first impression you create is always going to remain in the minds of the people. Do you know there is an equation, 55 plus 38 plus 7. We use this equation in image as well as in communication skills. When you total this up, it comes up as 100%. But do you know what 55 and 38 and 7 is for? 55% is non-verbal communication. 38% is para-verbal communication. And 7% is verbal. So do you see non-verbal communication? What is non-verbal communication? It is you as a person. The way you present yourselves, the way you're dressed, the way you're groomed. Right? So this 55% is what constitutes the grooming bit. And do you know it takes only 7 seconds to create a first impression? Wow, 7 seconds. People have already made judgments about you. People have already made the decision about you. Let's look at it this way. When you saw me on the video or when you see somebody else on the video, what is it that you look at first? Look at the clothes she's wearing, or look at her face, or look at his hair, or look at the way he's standing, body language, gestures and stuff like that. That is what you see first. Before the person even opens their mouth to speak, you have already judged that person. And that, my dear friends, is what grooming is all about. So let's talk about well-dressed and well-groomed. So what is being well-groomed mean? Well-groomed starts with your hair, your face, your teeth, nails on your hands and toes, and your body, your physical body. I'm not saying that you need to be made up like a film star. Have a clean face. Whether you're a man or a woman, make sure your face is clean. For women, I would say you could have a nice shaped eyebrows. If you want to do some subtle makeup, go ahead. Maybe a bit of kajal, a bit of eyeliner, and a natural lipstick. But if you really want to be made up, which actually is not necessary, but you want to maybe use a little bit of foundation and powder, etc. There are plenty of YouTube videos available which teach you how to do makeup. Coming to your hair, always pull your hair back and let it not keep falling on your face. There is nothing more annoying than flicking your hair all the time or doing this all the time, because you're actually distracting the other person. Your teeth, make sure they are clean. You don't want some food particles stuck in your teeth when you're speaking to somebody. Your hands and nails, your hands and toenails need to be neat. Do not make sure that there are no food particles stuck on your nails. Do make sure that you're not somebody who keeps biting your nails because you're so nervous about life all the time. It is very unsightly. I'm not saying you should always paint your nails. It can be just clean. That's all I'm asking of. And 2 things which I really want to talk about to you. Very sensitive people are very embarrassed to talk about this, is bad breath and bad body odor. Do take care when you are going to meetings, etc. about your body odor or your bad breath. If you do suffer from it, make sure that you do not consume very spicy and very aromatic foods all the time. Or if you think it is a medical problem, please seek guidance from doctors. There is nothing more off-putting than bad breath and bad body odor. That is about being well-groomed. And what about well dressed. Well dressed, as I said, doesn't necessarily mean you need to go to a designer boutique and get, designer clothes. You can wear simple clothes. Just make sure that they are appropriate for your body shape and for your body size. In color, in shape, in style, in design, in pattern. And most importantly, it needs to be neat and tidy. I mean, wear ironed clothes, not something that is crumpled, which looks like as if you woke up from your bed and thought, oh shit, I'm going to go to work. And then you pile something, pull something from your pile of clothes, put it on, and there you come to work looking, I don't know, maybe like a beggar. You don't want to be coming to work like that. Always make sure, because as I repeatedly say to you, first impression is very important for anybody to develop a relationship with you, whether it is personal relationship or whether it is professional relationship. It is very, very important. And after clothes, we are talking about jewelry. Don't pile yourselves with jewelry. Keep them simple. If you're going to wear earrings, women, if you're going to wear earrings, make sure they're not big, they're not flashy, they're not shiny. They should be nice and very delicate. Again, colors of the clothes that you choose. They shouldn't be too bright or too jazzy or too shiny. Remember, you are in a work environment. Whether as a boss or whether as an employee, you need to wear clothes that suit you. Colors and styles, whatever may be your choice, make sure that it suits you. Invest in good quality clothes. And finally, footwear. Remember, when you're at work, it's not always that you're going to be standing and sitting, but you are still going to be in your footwear. You can't be seen walking around the office barefoot. It's not correct, it's not professional, and it is not hygienic. So, make sure the footwear you use is also comfortable. So, dressing actually comprises of wearing comfortable clothes and comfortable footwear, because you're going to be in it the whole day, right? Now, coming to body language and gestures. I could talk to you about body language for 24 hours. There are so many body language signs, but some of the simple things that you need to remember when you're talking to people. Number one, smiling and eye contact. I mean, a little smile on your face doesn't harm anybody. Making eye contact with the people you speak to. If, for example, while I'm shooting this video, I will make eye contact with the camera or with you, would you even bother to listen to me? You wouldn't, would you? Because you don't want to trust me. That is what eye contact means. When you make eye contact with somebody, it means you trust that person. Constantly standing with your hands in your pockets means you are arrogant. Constantly sitting like this means you are defensive. And constantly looking here, there, everywhere at your watch, etc. means you are disinterested. People, there is so much to body language. Remember, I said 55% non-verbal communication. It's more than half of the 100%. People make first impressions about you. Gestures. Gestures are different all over the world. And you need to understand, if you're going to be traveling, please take a moment to read what gestures mean across the world. I'll tell you one simple gesture in our country or in many countries. You do this to say, yeah, everything is good. But in certain countries, it is a very rude word. Shouldn't be doing that. We say this, excellent. That is again a very, very, very rude word in some African countries and in South America. Never do that. I'm not even going to tell you what it means. So, body language, the way you dress, the way you're groomed, the way you speak to people, so many things constitute non-verbal communication. And that, my dear friends, is what grooming all about. Even while you're sitting in your workplace, don't keep crossing your legs up and down and up, squirming in your seat, turning in your seat. It either indicates you are nervous or you are not sure of yourself. It's a huge topic, but I'm just giving you some ideas about how you can practice etiquette and grooming to be competent, to gain this competency so that you can move on to the next level of competency in this Prayaana journey. So friends, I hope you found this entire episode interesting. I hope you got some great advice. The information that I have shared with you will help you in becoming a popular person, not only at your workplace but also among your friends when you're out of your workplace. I can only say that you are in the right place by choosing to become a Prayaana associate. And as you progress towards achieving all your competencies, I wish you all the very best in becoming a My Prayaana Fellow, a certified My Prayaana Fellow. Remember, professional etiquette and grooming culminates in creating a positive first impression. And as we all know, first impression is the best impression. And it is also the last. It's also the last. You are not going to be given another chance. So go ahead and take some inspiration from what I've taught to you today. And I wish you all the very best in your journey. Thanks very much.